I'm here with my group 2, and our pamphlet is focused on, our pamphlet is focused on having employers look at the CDC for employees. My group consists of Mr. Joseph Harris, Mr. Dominic Lewis, Cato Hodges, and also Mike Williams. As I said, our pamphlet is basically focused on having employers look at the CDC, and I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of information you have to look through. There's a lot of, as far as federal bonding, how we go ahead and coach tentative employees, and you had to go ahead and break all that down. We do have here some pamphlets to give to you all. There you go.
Thank you.
Only printed out 3, because pro copy is kind of expensive. I'd like to go ahead and apologize for the size of the job order form. It was actually a mishap when I went ahead and saved it in the format of JPEG. It's supposed to be an insert that'll be the same size as the pamphlet, but that can go ahead and be rectified if need be. So pretty much what we're going to go ahead and focus on is what we went through to go ahead and put this pamphlet together. And starting off with the history will be Mr. Joseph Harris.
Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Harris. I will be doing the history. The CDC started off in 1992 as a corporation to develop communities, community in the Tampa Bay area. It was born out of a vision from Mrs. Chloe Coney. It is a nonprofit, community-based development corporation whose mission is to raise economic, educational, and social levels of the residents of economically depressed areas in Hillsborough County. The CDC successfully built a 2,700 square foot laundromat which created jobs and grossed over $700,000. Also, it was responsible for creating a youth program. Also, was responsible for building an ice cream shop, which created jobs for local youth. And also we had to rehabilitate old nightclub into a 5,000 square foot youth family center, and created a business incubator which housed 6 small business storefronts in East Tampa. As a nonprofit corporation, the CDC of Tampa has enjoyed local, state, and national recognition for its revitalization and economic development efforts, which include urban infill tax credit apartment complex of 43 units, affordable housing for low-income families, and bringing in over 40 million for public and private funding into Tampa's economy. Recently, in 2006, Ms. Chloe Coney retired and was succeeded by Ms. Tony Watson, who continues the legacy of positivity, changing lives of Tampa and its citizens. Next up is Mr. Dr. Lewis. He will be touching on career development and vocational training.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dominic Lewis. What I'm going to talk to you about today is the way the CDC works with their career development. The 30-hour comprehensive course, of course. Also, it teaches the individuals, the candidates, employability skills, how to go about getting the job, and also how to keep the job. It's very important. Some people just prepare to get the job. What about how you're going to keep it? So we got that in there. Also, resume writing, dressing for success training for men and women, also interviewing skills. Well, throughout with this 30 hours, they have someone to come in and speak to everyone, kind of like give them real life issues. Some individuals know this stuff, some of them might don't, but it's just so great that within the 30 hours you can learn so much information that you can take out in the work field and actually use it. It's all based on real life. Also, we have with the employability skills, pretty much is go to work, follow rules, know your company policies. That's the way, by knowing company policies, you know how to interact with the employees, what the employees expect of you, also how to work with their clients and their customers. That's very important with the roots dealing with employers these days. Also, resume writing. Some individuals don't really understand resume writing. So what the CDC does is teach them how important it is what your resume say. We all know that resumes is electronically generated. It's all about what says on the resume, what would make the machine keep your resume. For instance, you meet someone and say, well, I just worked at Burger King. Okay, fine, you worked at Burger King. What all you did when you worked at Burger King? Most jobs you work at, you have to know how to talk, right? You got to be a clear speaker, be able to think on your toes, courteous, nice. All right, now let's talk about the skills that you do on the job. Well, say for example, Quan worked at Burger King for like 3 years while he was in high school. Now Quan want to step into the bigger part of corporate America. Okay, he worked the cash register. He greeted customers. Welcome to Burger King. Why can't he easily say, welcome to Bank of America? Ma'am or sir, how can I help you? Now he also know how to handle cash. He put it in his resume, he handled cash. He greeted customers. He could speak clear, so he could easily make a transformation. And also, he would also have to have a high school diploma, know the basics of how to work a computer, just knowing what his skills to take and what he have done in the past to put it on the resume to actually get to interview and aim to get the job. Second, the fourth thing here, dress for success. Actually, dress for success is very important. The CDC also offers, if someone need clothing, or if they already have clothing, just to show them how to work what you have and get the best result out of it, and dressing appropriately for the right interview. Say for example, if you're gonna go for a mechanic interview, you don't really have to dress in a three-piece suit. You just dress for the job. I want to wear a polo or some khakis or a dress shirt, tie. It depends on where you're going, and that's what's so great about the one-on-one interviewing skills, because the CDC interact with each person and see what their goals are to help them prepare for that. That's what is so great. It's just not a broad thing across, because each and every individual have a different goal and a vision where they want to go in life, dealing with employment. And interviewing skills, that's another great thing. One-on-one interacting, preparing a person, whether you're shy, how to face different questions they're going to ask, and also the proper questions to ask an employer. Next thing we have is vocational technical training program. Throughout the year, the CDC have different programs that individuals and also employees can take advantage of. For example, one of them is the Competent Workers Training Program. As you can see here, it's a 10-hour OSHA credit certification, which is a great opportunity for somebody who just want to actually get their foot in the door, gain some experience. And it's OJT training. What's so great about it, as they get trained, they actually get paid. That's great. You get trained and paid, you can't beat that. The second thing is they also give them the ability to give them the tools and everything to do the jobs, teach them how to get the job done, and they actually get a certification. So that opened a lot of doors for different young people in the community, or either someone who just actually want to get into the construction field or get certified. And pretty much that covers my part. So who's next is Mr. Hodges after me.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. So I want to, this all boils down to one very simple idea, which is why your firm should choose the CDC as your partner. First of all, choosing the CDC as your to outsource your human resources functions, or as an employment center where you can receive resumes and employees from, saves you it increases your efficiency, plus it decreases your operating costs. That formula allows you to spend only time creating your product or service or perfecting your product or service. Just to elaborate on the increasing efficiency and decreasing operating costs. Anytime you as a company have to first post a job online on job boards, whether it's Monster, Career Builder, or post it in the classifieds of the Tampa Tribune, St. Pete Times, post it with Tampa Workforce Alliance, that costs money. And if you're posting multiple jobs throughout the year, that costs thousands to tens of thousands of dollars. Also, you have the time that your human resources staff spends searching all of these job boards for qualified resumes and going to career fairs. That costs money to have your company have a table at a career fair for 4 hours or 8 hours, because that's time spent there that your human resources professional could be working on another more higher priority project for your company, making your company money. Also, of course, it costs time. It costs time as far as there's certain companies. For example, if you apply at Coca-Cola online, if you apply at Coca-Cola, where every position that is posted, they may receive between 300 and 1,000 resumes. Imagine the amount of time that your human resources office spends just looking, first of all, just knocking out the resumes for people that they don't want to see, and then finally, eventually drilling down to the actual few employees that they want to bring in for an interview. Again, time equals money in the world. And so by allowing us to shoulder that burden, by either fully outsourcing your human resources functions to where we receive the resume, you post your job with us, we receive the resume, we interview the candidates, and you know that your candidates are prepared to go to work because as Mr. Lewis stated, we've already given them 30 hours of classroom and field training in the employment life cycle. So you know they've been certified. If you're a construction company, you know that if you're getting an employee from the CDC, you can relax because they're already OSHA certified. So they know the federal rules about construction, and they're not going to cause your company to get sued.